صلى عليك الله يا عدناني يا مصطفى يا صفوة الرحمن الحمد لله الذي أعطاني هذا الغلام الطيب الأرداني هذا الغلام الطيب الأرداني.
When I was 16 years old, I came to the realization that the only reason I was a Christian is because I was born in a Christian family. I realized that. I said, the only reason I'm a Christian is because my parents told me Jesus was my Savior, blah, blah, blah. Right? That's the only reason. I realized that. I just realized, I thought, if I was born in Sri Lanka, I would be a Buddhist. Because my parents would tell me, here's your God, and pray to him, you'll get whatever you want. If I was born in Israel, I would have been a Jew, maybe, or a Palestinian. But I realized that. I realized at 16, I remember very clearly that realization. The only reason I'm a Christian is because I was born a Christian. And then I thought, I should think about this. And then I thought, okay, let me look at these world religions. And I took this class in world religions at a college. And we had the book by Houston Smith, World Religions, right? Religions of Man or something like that. And I started reading about this. I think, they have 1 billion followers. What do they believe? They have this. And I started thinking about all these different religions. I started studying them. And then I remember hitting on Islam. And I thought, now wait a second, what's going on here? And then I went and I got a Quran and I read the introduction. I remember saying, the whole of the Islamic creed is summed up in the statement, there is no God but God, and Muhammad is his messenger. And I went, what does that mean? You know, really, what? There is no God but God. I mean, that's such a strange statement when you first hear that, you know? I don't know about people in here, but the first time I heard that, I remember thinking, well, I wanted to know what that means. There's no God but God. I mean, now I know what it means, but then, you know, I was thinking, what does that mean? I mean, it's better to translate, there's nothing worthy of worship in reality but God. But there's no God but God is a very strange translation. But I remember it just, and there was something very intriguing about it. There's no God but God. And I remember I started saying, there's no God but God. It was kind of like some kind of Zen koan. Like, what's the trick here? Do you know? What is it? What am I supposed to realize here? And then I realized what it meant. I just, that's it. There's no God but God. That makes perfect sense. There's nothing else that can be worshipped but what's worshipped in truth. لا معبود بحق سوى الله. That's how our ulama interpret it. لا معبود بحق سوى الله. There is nothing worshipped in truth except Allah. Everything other than Allah that is worshipped by falsehood. But then the second one, وَمُحَمَّدٌ Rasulullah. Muhammad is the messenger of God. What does that mean? Who was that man? Then you start reading about that and you realize, this is amazing. You know why? And why haven't we been taught this? Because I remember when I became Muslim, I wrote my father a letter. And he wrote me a letter back and he said, because the first thing he did, he read Gibbon, The Decline and Fall of Roman Empire. He read the section on Islam. And Gibbon actually, despite some of the things that he says, he preferred Islam to Christianity. And he does say that it's a great religion. And he talks about the theology of Islam makes a lot more sense than the theology of Christianity. So he read that and he wrote me a letter saying that our ignorance of Islam is historical. You know, we should know more about this religion, the fact that it had such a massive impact on the world. Why don't we know about that? I mean, really, why don't people know about the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ? As a historical, everybody knows about Napoleon. Do you think Napoleon had more impact on human history? People know about Napoleon. They know about Waterloo. People know about, Michael Jordan. Really, they know he's the greatest basketball player that ever lived. Americans know that. Americans know about, General Grant. They know about Sherman, the defeat of Atlanta. They know about all these things that are so insignificant in terms of human history.